What's going on, fam? This your main man, KCFL, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. I know y'all ain't heard from me in about a week. I talked about Raw, but I haven't said anything about Dynamite. I haven't said anything about SmackDown or any other shows. Um, Before I begin this Saturday Night Main Events review, I wanted to come on here and say I thought Dynamite, this is my honest opinion, I thought Dynamite was somewhat better than last week. However, Tony Khan still needs a lot of work. But from what people are saying, what transpired on Collision, a lot of people are saying Collision was better than doggone Main Events. I have not watched Collision. I only seen the ending. And I want to talk about Toni Storm's situation because Toni Storm is back and she completely forgot who she was. She has amnesia right now. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Matter of fact, I'm going to start off with that. So Toni Storm came back, and after she won her matches, she completely is acting like this is her first time on AEW television, and she's meeting everybody in the back. She's shaking everybody's hands and kissing babies, and she doesn't even know who the other chick is. It's like she completely forgot who she was right now. And ladies and gentlemen, that's called character work. That is called character work, one-on-one. In the longest stretch, I never thought Toni Storm would actually become a fan favorite of mine. Never in my entire, like, I remember her back in WWE land when she had this gimmick. I wasn't on the bandwagon. I honestly wasn't. But then she came here and she got the timeless Toni situation, got that off the ground, and I mean, just ran with it. Now she's back and she's playing as the cat she was when she was in the E, and she's playing around with this situation. Guess what? Character gets people to talk. People get so carried away about the freaking pro wrestling. I'm like, yes, wrestling, we're always going to have time for pro wrestling, but I always say it's about the freaking character. Whatever your character is, keep doing it. For real. So that's what she's doing right now. We'll see. We'll see where TK, like I said, everything rides on the shoulders of what Tony Khan does moving forward. Everything. Like, people, we can critique the mess out of TK. We can complain and everything, but at the end of the day, everything rides on whatever he brings to the table. The wrestlers do what they're supposed to do. He does what he's supposed to do. And guess what? We'll have some somewhat decent television. But if TK is bull jiving, guess what? Cats like myself and everybody else who's been on this helmet going to be on this helmet. Now, speaking of helmets, ladies and gentlemen, I had no intentions or no excitement going into the show, none whatsoever. All the matches that was on the show, I had like real talk. I was like, okay, I'm just watching because it's the so-called spectacle. It's the spectacle of WWE's. This is what they used to do back in the day, Saturday Night Main Events. They had Jesse the Body Ventura out there clowning. Pat McAfee was back on commentary with Michael Cole. The set, I mean, decent, but outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, I could care less about anything that happened on this show. I was expecting at least 2 titles to change on this show. If Triple H wanted somebody to be talking, and I'm not talking about what happened after the show went off the air. Stupid booking from Triple Big Nose. I don't know why people deride the mess out this clown. They don't stay on his helmet. They stay on Anthony Khan's old silly behind. They do not stay on this fool's helmet. Why? Because they deride everything this fool force feeds him. He force feeds them everything and they eat it up for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Not this cat over here. Casey for a wrestler takes ain't no. I'm a real one. I keeps it 100% on Triple Big Nose. Let's go ahead and break down the show. Now, Drew McIntyre versus Sammy. I've seen this match 18 million times. I was out. I went to go watch that movie Craven. I'm here to tell you, for people been running around here saying that Craven was a bad movie, I can hear it say Craven was actually decent. It was actually, I would take the Craven movie over Saturday Night Main Events. That's just me. Didn't need to see this match because I already knew what was going to happen. Drew McIntyre beat the brakes off of Sami Zayn. The end. Then we get to this matchup. I'm sitting up here saying to myself, Triple H, you want to do something different? You want to stir some things up? How about you go ahead and have Io Sky defeat Liv Morgan? Liv Morgan has done what she needed to do with the championship. She don't need it no more. Guess what Triple H decides to do? The same old boy job. Liv retains. So guess what? Back-to-back heels, right? So I'm like, okay, we knew when we got to this matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been trying to tell people for the longest time, this fool is not the same anymore. He is not. Gunther is not the same. Do not allow D-Riders that D-Ride the mess out this cat to tell you that he's the same cat and he's only getting better with time. No. Then the fact that we had Finn Balor and Damian Priest in there trying to... I mean, dude, to me, this was just three bodies just jumping all over the place, laying each other out, doing absolutely nothing. And I already knew what the script was. I'm like, there's absolutely no way Gunther is losing the championship. He's not. I'm like, I already knew the script. I knew what was going to happen. And guess what Triple H decides to do? You got Damian Priest in the match. I say this all the time. If you have a champion and a non-title, well, if that champion is in another matchup and their title is not on the line, they're trying to win somebody else's champion, and you got somebody else in the match who does not have said belt, protect your freaking champion. What does Triple H decide to do? He has Finn Balor get pinned. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been trying to tell you, the tag team division in WWE, listen, we destroyed Tony Khan for his lackluster tag team division. The tag team division in WWE is just as horrid. And this right here tells you a bold-faced truth that Triple H does not give a rat's behind about tag team wrestling. Don't allow the foolishness that's going on SmackDown to fool you. This was stupid. This was idiotic, and I'm like, you got Damian Priest right there. Gunther, lay him out, pin Damian Priest, you'll protect Finn Balor. What does Triple H do? Damian Priest gets knocked out. Gunther quote-unquote takes out Finn Balor and folds him up like a folding chair. 1, 2, 3, match over. I'll say, great. We move. Then we get to, honest for me, this was probably the spotlight. Now, was the match? No, the match was, it was a TV type of matchup. This was for the Women's United States Championship. Quote-unquote, like I said, Triple H and them is adding more belts. People be crying that the women don't get an opportunity to shine because we only got the WWE, the WWE Women's and the World Heavyweight Championship Women's title. They don't have nothing else. Like, what else can we do for the girls? So I'm sitting up and saying, well, he screwed up her winning the doggone Women's Money in the Bank situation. So I'm like, it's only right to crown her the first ever United States champion. And you got Meechin in there. Now, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to talk about it right quick. Oh, I'm going to be on my man's Wrestling with Racism podcast today. There's going to be a space on X. So if you're on X and you want to hear me, I'm going to be on there. We talk about it. A lot of people was complaining the fact there wasn't nobody black on the show. Now, Meechin, yes, Meechin is black, but we talk about fully melanated. That's what people keep on talking about. We keep saying it. Triple H don't give a dang about us. And sure enough, prime example about what the heck happened on freaking SmackDown. Melo got destroyed by Braun Strowman. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you from the jump, Melo got destroyed the moment he came up to the main roster. He came up as the NXT. Melo is the only NXT World Heavyweight Champion to be pinned on the main roster with the champion. If you go and look at the history of the NXT World Heavyweight Champion, none of them has ever been pinned holding that championship on the main roster. This happened under quote-unquote Triple H's watch. So I don't want to hear nobody keep talking about Vince. No, Triple H and Vince are one and the same. That's all I'm going to say on that. So people to be always complaining about Triple H don't have nobody black on the show, we all know why. Every single one of us know exactly why. The fool constantly tells on himself every day. And I seen the picture of him talking with Mark Henry's son, Jacob Henry. I said, Jacob, you must don't know what he did to your father way back in the day. You must have seen that tape. There's a tape where Mark Henry and it was coming out. This is when Mark Henry was in the Nation of Domination. And randomly in the ring, Triple H started acting like a dang gorilla. I said, well, I mean, that's just how Triple H get down, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like, I don't know how fools can't see it. Fools can't see it because they love this food. They worship the ground this circus clown walks on. I'm like, I said, Jacob, you really don't know what you get yourself into, young man. I mean, hey, do what you got to do, but trusting Triple H is not the right thing, especially being foundational Black American. It's not. That's why I say Melo, he got destroyed by Braun Strowman. What the heck does that do helping Melo? Oh, Melo look good getting beat. No, he doesn't. No, I don't want to hear it. So for people to be wondering how come because I'm tired of sounding like a broken record. Like I said, we come on here, we say the same thing and ain't nothing changing, nothing. So I don't want to hear nothing from nobody that's sitting up here caping for this clown. Don't cape for him. Take the freaking cape off. Take the cape off for Triple H. Stop it. Triple H continues to showcase how he moves, ladies and gentlemen. Now anyway, back to this situation. Yeah, Piper Niven out there. Piper Niven, quote unquote, was trying to help Meacham, but she got laid out. Meacham got in there with Chelsea. Chelsea doing all the little goofy stuff and all that nonsense. And Chelsea got the dub. 1, 2, 3. She is your new Women's United States champion. Well deserved. Finally, she got the thing. Now, when after the matchup, Piper Niven was holding Chelsea on her shoulders. She held her up, and as she was holding her up, her eyeballs was glued directly to that U.S. Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, if Triple H is a smart man, if he's smart, that's your matchup going into WrestleMania. It only makes the most sense. Piper Niven, quote unquote, helped her get here. She helped her get the championship. Now, it's time to quote unquote. Now, I'm not telling you to do it right now, because she needs to have a couple of defenses before we get to WrestleMania. Then you go ahead and you pull the trigger. Then she goes ahead and lays it out and says the only reason you were irrelevant was because of me. It makes the most sense. There it is. It's not that difficult. It's not rocket science. But Chelsea Green got the dub. To me, this was the only bright spot of this entire show. And I watched everything on this show. My bad. Outside of this, because I needed to. But this was the only bright spot of the entire show. Right here. Outside of that, nothing else mattered. Then we get to this trash. Ladies and gentlemen, with all the heels winning, 1, 2, 3, 4 heels. So I'm sitting up and saying, well, you know what that means. Kevin Owens is screwed. We did all this revamping Kevin Owens because he's a freaking heel again. I mean, how many times this fool gonna turn heel? He's a babyface one day, then he's a heel. I'm telling you, Kevin Owens is on the same playing field as Big Show. The same playing field, a.k.a. Paul Wright. The same playing field. So I don't want to hear nobody, not even my main Ace, who was sitting up there bull jabbing, talk about some. I'm bull jabbing about the comparisons between Kevin Owens and Big Show going heel and face. No, Kevin Owens is on the same playing field. You did all this revamping. You did all this foolishness trying to get people hyped up on Kevin Owens' bandwagon. And you go ahead and you do the same foolishness. So Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes is out there. Cody Rhodes, quote unquote, messed up ankle, because that's what the script was. Messed up ankle. And he's sitting up here trying to sell everything and all this foolishness. And like every typical Cody Rhodes match, the ref, a.k.a. Charles Robinson, gets laid out. It's the same script over and over and over and over again. So then my other referee come out there. He gets laid out. And then Robinson wakes the heck up. Now, Kevin Owens had brought a freaking chair up in there, but he wasn't able to use it. Cody was, quote unquote, able to use it. Now, the fans, quote unquote, wanted Kevin Owens to win, of course, because fools are tired of Cody Rhodes. I've been trying to tell y'all, Cody Rhodes got the mantle passed to him, and he has not been able to do anything with that championship. He got the freaking chase. He beat the best. He beat the best dude in the E right now, which is Roman Reigns. He beat that man at WrestleMania 40 with the help of everybody in the moment. He won. Great. What has he done with the championship since April? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. And I'm sitting up here saying, I had to endure this fool potentially going through WrestleMania 41 with this championship. I can't do it, ladies and gentlemen. I can't. Until this fool potentially goes heel, there's nothing for me to root for concerning Cody Rhodes. Absolutely nothing. Cody Rhodes continues to force feed himself like he's the best thing since sliced bread. And that is a lie from the pit of hell. A lie. And I'm stuck with this fool because he didn't want to, quote unquote, put over Kevin Owens. What a freaking joke. It's a sad joke, ladies and gentlemen. So guess what they do at the end? After the show goes off, Kevin Owens does a power driver and sends Cody Rhodes packing. So Cody Rhodes, quote unquote, has a storyline neck injury. I said, why the heck didn't you show this on TV? This is what I say, man. People be praising the mess out of Triple H's booking. H be out here bull jiving every day and night. Y'all fools, I don't get y'all. You got the wrong one. I'm telling you, I'm not finna deride this dude. I told you, out of the entire show, this is the only thing I'm giving this fool praise for. Chelsea Green was well deserved. She's been fighting, she's been hustling, she's been grinding. With the help of Piper Niven, and obviously, you know, Meacham wasn't doing nothing. So obviously Meacham was, because Meacham been beefing with her. And they had that dumpster match like, I think a month or two ago, and Meacham won. So you knew with them two getting into the finals, you knew dang well Chelsea Green was winning. So this is the only, quote unquote, the only bright spot of the entire show. Outside of that, I didn't give a rat's behind about nothing on this show. So fools want to tell me that I'm just hating. No, 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 no. This was a complete waste of time. And apparently the next one is on January 25th. So, and they're going to be in San Antonio, Texas. So this is going to be a recurring thing they're going to be doing. So right now for me, all I care about is just get us to January 6th. Get us to freaking the elimination, the Royal Rumble. Get us to the Elimination Chamber, then get us to WrestleMania. That's all I'm caring about right now concerning the E. Outside of that, I don't give a damn. Outside of that, it's really nothing really to be excited about concerning the E. There's nothing. Like I said, don't let these hardcore D-Riders, the D-Ride the man, and you know who I'm talking about. I don't have to name names. Don't let these hardcore D-Riders, the D-Ride the mess out of Triple H, lie to you and tell you that this was a fantastic show. No, it wasn't. This was a middle to the road, like this was a Super Raw and SmackDown put together. That's basically what it was. With some somewhat decent wrestling. Outside of that, nothing. Absolutely nothing to simply say, oh man, this is... No, it wasn't. No, it was not blow away. This was not blow away at all. This was just, hey, look, Saturday Night Mainevents. It's despicable, old school. We're back live on NBC. This is great. Nah, you got the wrong one, ladies and gentlemen. You got the wrong one. I'm trying to tell y'all. I say what I need to say. I come on here, be as authentic as I possibly can. That's what some of y'all be wondering. How come I don't be on here because I tell y'all all the time. Pro wrestling right now, to me, is in a downward spiral. I don't care if people say, well, the E is... No. It's got like one or two stories that's actually keeping them afloat. And then AEW, on the other hand, they got like maybe one or two, maybe one at the best that's kind of keeping them up. Right now, they're trying to hold people together with this Continental Classic stuff, which is decent because obviously you know what AEW is going to do. They're going to hang their laurels on freaking pro wrestling in the ring. That's all they know. It's telling a story is what needs to be the number one thing, and creating characters. That's what I would give Toni Storm props on. She knows what a character is. The rest of these cats, they got to do the same thing. Larger than life characters, fantastic storytelling. Now, they ended to Collision. FTR, quote unquote, got kidnapped by the Death Riders. And you had Yuta sitting up there looking extremely silly. I said, well, they kind of gave us a to be continued cliffhanger going into freaking Dynamite. Okay, great. How the heck did Triple H not have Kevin Owens power drive Cody and sitting him off and quote unquote now you got something to look forward to on SmackDown or whatever? No, Triple H wants to do this foolishness that's not on TV. I'm like, what are we doing? What the heck are we doing? No, Triple H just bull jiving. He bull jiving. That's what I say, man. We got to keep it 100%. Y'all cats in the IWC don't want to keep it 100% because you love one clown over the other. No. If we're going to cook one clown, we got to cook both. We can't not sit up here and act like everybody is doing the right thing. No, they're not. And then especially concerning us. Both companies need to understand when you deal with foundational Black Americans, you need to showcase us as if we matter. Don't be putting us on there cooning. Don't have us shucking and jiving. Don't have us doing none of that bull jive. When we pull up on the show, make sure our storylines matter, and then get us on these doggone PLEs that you keep having. Triple H constantly showcases that ain't his MO. That's not how he move. Somebody got to tell the bold-faced truth. Somebody has to tell the truth. Because there's too much capping going on in the IWC. Too much. So I say, when I come on here, I got to give some straightening. We have to give some straightening. We have to. Because, like I said, I listen to dang near everybody. And from when I do listen to cats, all I hear is capping. All I hear is capping. I hear capping because, quote unquote, cats want another company to be exactly like the other company. No. It's not going to work. Now, like I said, can the other company do a whole lot better telling stories? Absolutely. That's the one thing we agree with. Get better at telling stories, Anthony Khan. But guess what? Triple H. Get better at putting on PLEs. Because that's where this fool continues to fail at. This fool fit. Now, I know people say, well, no. Saturday Night Mainevents is considered a PLE. It's a free PLE. It's on freaking TV. Get the memo and do it right. Quit bull jiving. This was a bull jive spectacle of a mess. Then you had Coon, what's my dude name? Coco Beware, and then the other clown sitting next to him. I'm like, yeah, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, after that, I walk away. I give the show a 1 out of 10. I'm serious. This was 1 out of 10. Absolutely nothing. Nothing to remember. The only bright spot was this young lady getting the United States Championship. Great. But outside of that, nothing. Absolutely nothing. This was garbage. This was trash. This wasn't even worth watching. And then this was garbage too. I'm like, and people would say, man, no. Garbage. Filth. Pathetic. Somebody got to tell the bold-faced truth. And if you say I'm hating, that's you. I'm just telling the bold-faced truth. This is what Triple H continues to do. He continues to give us filth PLEs week in, week out. Until this food does better, guess who's going to cook his behind? Right here. Right over here at KCFL, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. I'm doing the cooking. Some cats don't want to cook because they want to D-ride. No. No D-riding over here, ladies and gentlemen. No D-riding over here. Now, y'all can take that and do what the heck you want to do with it. This is just me over here telling the bold-faced truth about this doggone company. So, we move. This your main man, KCFL, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. There's been some other things that's been transpiring in the E. Like I said, that whole Ray Phoenix stuff. Man, listen. First of all, the Ray Phoenix stuff, he just trying to get out of his contract. Because apparently he deleted his comments and all that stuff. So he just went out. That's basically what it is. He did that foolishness so he can quote unquote get. And word on the street, Toni was gonna grant him his early release, but he did that foolishness. You see what happened when you bull jive? When you bull jive come right back to you. Ray Phoenix was bull jiving. Tony Khan was gonna release him early, but he bull jived. Why the heck would you screw yourself? You call yourself trying to put the foolishness on. Well, listen, we know Tony Khan is a bull driver himself. Don't get it twisted. Tony Khan is a bull driver. If you think I'm tripping, look no further than the freaking Jacksonville Jaguars. That's all you need to know. Look how garbage they are. That's all you need to know. So you know Tony is a professional bull driver. However, TK is one thing I can give him. He does care about the cats who work for him. Because if they didn't, there's been multiple times where cats who got injured and he let them go see their own doctors. He did everything he did to provide for them whatever they needed to provide for them. He took care of them cats. So we can't, because a lot of people are trying to compare. Look, listen, the major reason why fools are trying to compare Tony Khan to Vince is because of his booking style. That's the only way. Like, first of all, Tony ain't got no sex crap going on right now. First of all, he don't even look like the type that'll do some stupid stuff like that. That ain't in his MO. But a lot of fools keep trying to compare him to Vince based on the booking and him not giving a dang and doing what the heck you want to do. Listen, if you want to go that route, by all means, do what you got to do. But to sit up and try to compare him because of all this other stuff, no. Y'all wanted this fool to quote unquote be a boss. Y'all wanted him to get some structure. He's finally getting some structure. Now y'all got a problem with it. The fool can't win for losing. He can't. Like I said, TK, if I was him, I would just stay the heck off of social media. That's one issue that he needs to do. Stay the heck off of social media. Because I keep saying the circus clowns that be coming against you, they can't shine your shoes. I want these idiots that keep hopping in this fool's mention and calling him out his name and I want y'all to go get yourself a rest of the promotion and you start you try your best to become the number 2. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, let me go ahead and break this down. Tessa Blanchard is back in pro wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to tell you right now. I told you how I felt about this girl from the whole situation. I said it because me being a born again believer, if she would have fessed it up, if she would have said, you know what, I screwed up, I made a terrible mistake. I not only called the girl out her name, I called her the N-word and I spit on her. That's some white supremacy bull jive. That's deep rooted in me and I need to get that mess out of me. I want to apologize to her. And if she would have did that, she would have been genuine. Your man's over here would have been first step, come on in, do what you need to do. But she refused to do so. She refused. Now guess what? She's back on where she started. She's back in TNA land. Ladies and gentlemen, there's absolutely no point in me even giving a dang about TNA anymore. There's no point. TNA, ladies and gentlemen, had the potential of being number 2 again because Tony Khan and them was falling off. Guess what? Bringing Tessa Blanchard back into TNA just killed them again. They're done. It's over. They can do what the heck they want to do. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. And guess what? She's gonna mess around and beat you know who. She's gonna beat Jordynne Grace. That's gonna be Jordynne Grace ticket out because Jordynne Grace is already heading to the E. She already getting ready. She done already packed the bags. She's gonna lose to Tessa. Tessa Blanchard is gonna become your next women's knockouts champion. It's a foregone conclusion. And you know what? TNA can kick rocks all out here. They didn't make their bed. They picked and choose. They went and got her back, knowing the baggage that she has, knowing that she's still on white supremacy mode, knowing that she has not fessed up. She hasn't. She has not fessed up. And because she has not fessed up and she is not sincere about what she did, guess what? Y'all can kick rocks. So for cats that want to know my take on it, you just heard my thoughts on it. I'm done with TNA. So TNA went from potentially knocking AEW out to being back to the bottom of the barrel. Garbage. A waste of time. They're done. First of all, they already just they kicked my boy Scott D'Amore out. When they got rid of Scott D'Amore, I said, I'm good. But they just really messed up. And then the fact you got old coon Moose online buck dancing. I said, there you have it. I say Moose is one of the, ladies and gentlemen, some of y'all be wondering how come I don't go hard for Moose. Moose is one of the biggest coons in pro wrestling, period. I hate to say it. This fool be shucking and jiving his behind off. Now, what do you mean? Yes. When I say he be shucking it, I'm talking about outside the ring. Inside the ring, he try to present himself as a quote-unquote black man. This dude is a company man through and through. Moose is one of the biggest coons in pro wrestling, period. There's absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm like, this is why cats be wondering how come I don't go hard for Moose. That's why. Now, people be talking about Swerve. Now, Swerve, we checked that fool. Moose, he don't give a damn. Moose gonna coon he gonna coon his, but that's why Moose is allowed to be in that space. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all don't understand how deep this stuff is in pro wrestling. I try to give you game. Salute to the brother Wrestling Racer. He tried to give you game on how this stuff really work. This stuff is deep, ladies and gentlemen. We ain't just sit up here wasting our time telling you what's the game. It's deep. It's deep. This fool was online cooning his behind off. I said, yep, there you go. I said, there go Moose cooning his tail off. I said, yep. I said, yeah, that's why I really don't give no thing about TNA. I used to, but it's just too much cooning going on. There's too much white supremacy and cooning going on. Don't get me wrong. We got cooning and white supremacy in all three companies. Yes, even including AEW, because like I said, Bobby Lashley kind of showcasing himself with him on this I ain't black, I'm Hispanic nonsense. I'm like, yeah. And like I said, there's no knock to my Hispanic folk, none whatsoever. I'm just telling you what this fool has been saying behind the scenes and in interviews. Like, he been shucking and jiving. I'm talking about Bobby Lashley right now. Fool has been buck dancing to the highest order. He come in buck dancing. I said, oh, okay, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. I said, listen, y'all be thinking I'm going to be giving Tony Khan a pass because he allowed one of us to win the World Championship. No, ladies and gentlemen, it don't mean nothing. Yes, we got it. But I'm talking about what is the real situation that's going on in front of everybody's face. A lot of y'all don't even want to go this deep because y'all be saying, y'all, we playing the race card. No, we tell you the bold-faced truth. Like I said, in the E-land, you already know what's going on over there. You got to be on pins and needles over there with Triple H now. And then, like I said, with Michaels, is a different case. Michaels will let you get it, but then he'll squash you left and right. He'll have you doing some dumb stuff that don't make no sense. I'm like, but Triple H, oh, you know how he moves. We know. Every single one of us know exactly how this clown move. So that's my thoughts on the Tessa Blanchard stuff. Like I said, obviously, I said it. If the woman would have fessed up, if she would have said, you know what, I'm wrong. I called that girl the N-word. I spit on her face. I'm wrong. If she would have confessed up and said she's wrong and she owns a white supremacy stuff, guess what? And she would have confessed up, I'm telling you, I would have been one of the first ones to bring her back and say, go ahead, do what you got to do. Because like I said, yeah, cats are deserving of a second chance. But if cats aren't remorsing, if cats ain't really sorry for what they did, they just sorry that they got caught, it's no point in having cats. I'm not doing it. I'm not, because you made up in your mind what you are about. Can't go. I can't go, ladies and gentlemen. I can't. So that's my honest thoughts on everything just wrapped all up. I talked about everything from what happened this week to what's going on, what happened last night. Like I said, Collision. Everybody was talking about how Collision actually went off with a decent cliffhanger. We got the Toni Storm amnesia situation. I talked about this garbage of a show, Saturday Night Main. No, it ain't Saturday Night Main Events. It's called Saturday Night Main Garbage, because that's what it was. Saturday Night Main's garbage. That's exactly what it was. Just straight, pure garbage. That's all. I know Cat's gonna be upset. Cat's gonna be in my message telling me I'm bulljabbing. Oh well, you can feel to say you feel the way you want to feel. I'm just telling you both-faced truth on what I'm feeling about what I witnessed last night. I'm out the door. Hit the comment section up. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. You already know what this is. It's your boy Casey for King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. I'm out the door. I'll let you boy.